Good evening to the students of the SLW-616 to my virtual class. Karibusana, welcome to my class. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen. Participants, anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen. It's okay, let me read what I posted on the screen. Welcome to the students of the SLW-616, my virtual class, and fourth. Of course, it's not 20, it's the 2nd February 2023 on the topic economic theory and crime. So today that we are going to deal the economic crime continuation. It's me, the host, Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb Hussain, Professor of Law, South Monza, Tanzania, East Africa. So without wasting the time, let we go to our study, and we are dealt up to this extent. The photo which I have shown is the William Adrian Bongar, and stated that there is a causal link between the crime and the prevailing economic and social conditions. They said that according to his version, and he say there is a link between the crime and the prevailing economic and social condition. What is the economic condition? What is the social condition of man? Certain people, they are very much rich, but they do have the instinct of stealing the things, even a small things. For instance, on the road while you are going, they can pick up one apple from if a person who is a wheel borrower and who is a vendor who is selling the apple, APPLE apple. I asked him, one of the students, when he was stealing it, I took him to the educational tour. Sir, it is funny to say so. He said it's funny. But can you steal from the vendor an apple and which is selling on the wheelbarrow? And he asserted that the crime is a social in origin and a normal response to the prevailing cultural conditions. It is there in the origin, normal response would be there, and a prevailing cultural conditions, which culture that he brought up, whether he is a educated people culture or the slum area or the orphans, and how he brought up, it depends upon the brought up of a person, and the criminal propensity would be there. As I told earlier also, there is a criminal propensity in each and every man, but a right man who is brought up good, he will curb it or he will suppress the criminal propensity and make the good habits to run in his life. And who could not control himself, and he will become a victim. If you control the world, first control yourself. That is the same. And William Adrian Bongar said, William Adrian Bongar contended that in a more or primitive society, survival requires more selfless altruism in the community. In the primitive society would be there, the might is right, and the survival should be there for the selfless altruism in the community. What is meant by altruism? Anyone can unmute and give me the answer. Participants, anyone can unmute and give me the answer for the altruism. Okay, I will give the answer. What is meant by altruism? It means disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others. It is a disinterested and selfless concern. Not he is going to get anything. For the well-being of others. Others should be benefited. That's the condition. I am not blowing my own pipe. Why I should have to teach in the night? That to be the 9-10. Either in a blended class. I can teach in one day 3 hours. But I don't want to do like that. I want to do the justice because my conscience will not allow me to do so. And hence, 3 hours teaching, I made it to the 3 days separately. So, pole dose, a small dose, even when a medicine also become a poison if you could use it in a big dose. Is it clear? Okay, that is my reason. Altruism. Some people do it, and I am one among them myself. So when capitalism emerges, there were social force of the competition and wealth, resulting in an unequal distribution of the resources, which also lead to the individualism. So when capitalism emerges, and you know the concept of capitalism, only few people will run the country. Only few people run the world. Those who are having the lot of richest man in the world. And they are the capitalists. There were social forces of the competition. There are social forces are there in the competition to act against the capitalism and wealth, resulting in an unequal distribution of the resources, which also lead to the individualism. And when the person wants to make it out that he wants to become rich, that a richer becomes a rich and a poorer becomes a poorer. I repeat, a rich man becomes a richer and a poor man becomes a poorer because of the capitalism. And where the individualism come over there? In the capitalism. In the socialism, no such a thing. Everybody is equal. Everybody would get the opportunity to have all the facilities. And where the government will make it out. Take for instance, I am not from any other organization or the political party or affiliation. For the academic basis concerned, if you see the Canada, it's a no man's land. But every aspect of it, the government will take care of it. In China, socialistic way is there. Yes, there is loopholes are there, no doubt. But GDP is very good. Population is highest. And their product entirely in the African continent, you could see it. So one's self-interest and more egoistic impulses assert in a person. Number one, self-interest and more egoistic. Egoistic means I can do, not we can do. Our team can do. I can do, egoistic impulses assert in a person, crime emerges. Another time, the crime rate will be increased. Because a man having that I want to be a richest man in the world, he wants to suppress the poorer and get the money from them. And he commits a little, not little, major crimes also. To become a rich himself. What he will do with the rich, all the money? Does he take when he is going, when he will be died? Does he take in the kaburi? Does he take in the grave? Answer is no. But when there nothing is taken with him, why he wants to get that much eagerness, egoism? It's a human tendency. It's the obvious factor. Some people say that, no, little money is enough. I don't want the much money. I want the money, just my survival, it's enough. Because I fulfill everything now. It's the edge of my life. I want to dedicate myself. So one of the motto of mine also, working in the South, the same thing. I want to share my knowledge till my death. So people with a low income background would commit a crime. Even a low income is there, me, but I am educated. But I don't do such a thing. If anything is left over there in the classroom, for instance, an Apple phone or an Apple laptop, just I will return to them, those who is the owner of it. I don't want to take it because I believe in the halal, means that money which will come with the sweat. I believe in the theory. Even I can get the more than this what I am getting in the South in India. But I am happy here. Comfortableness, happiness, self-satisfaction is a more important factor to a man. So satisfaction is the more important. Even though I studied in India and I worked in India, but my experience of teaching is there more in Tanzania. I became a professor in Tanzania and I also want to dedicate myself to the East African community. So let us come to again point. People with a low income economic background would commit a crime because they would like to see the other people, those who are enjoying the Mercedes Benz and Volvo cars, BMW, Volkswagen. Doesn't matter, I am happy with the Toyota. Even I don't have a Toyota, I come with the Boda Boda because my house is very near and we are only two. My children are settled. No, why I am giving this thing? A man should be self-content, what he is getting. That's my intention. A man should be happy what he is having rather than craving for the other things. Be happy with what you have it and lead the life, because one day that you are going to die and you don't take everything with you when you die. It's a good deeds only comes to you. So that is my point. So people with a low income economic background would commit a crime out of need and out of sense of injustice. It is a need? No, it is not a question of need. Need is how much? How much a man will eat? Only little thing who can digest it. And in the old age, he could take very much little because he could not digest that much as he digested in the young when he was doing the exercise, running and sports and other activities. Those who exercise the power control and impose the punishment, equating the definition of a crime. So here that what I want to say is those who exercise the power control, either the state or the police department, and impose the punishment, and they can do so because a state can do so because the state command is there, equating the definition of a crime. If any person has done a particular thing which is tantamount to the crime, yes, he will be punished with harm or threat to harm to the property or business interest of the powerful. So they will give the many other reasons also there. Either they make a threat if he has done it, did not commit, or he is going to commit it, or he will be penalized if he is committed. In some cases, penalty as well as the punishment both are there. That means incarceration of a person, putting behind the bar, and imposing the penalty on him. Both the things, the jurisprudence goes in that manner. So Bongar also believed that crime in streets was a result of various, whatever the crimes with the street with the various result of the various conditions in which workers lived in a competition with one another. Generally, the crimes will be done by those people, those who are uneducated, those who are orphans, those who are not taken care, either by the parents or by the state or by the society, and they will become a hardcore criminals. He believed that poverty alone could not be a cause of crime. If a plan is a poverty, where is the line of the poverty? What is the category of the poverty? What is the measure of the poverty? What is the measurement? How could you say the poverty? No. If a man gets a square meal per a day or twice square meal a day is enough, and he could not say that I am poverty, he can take care of him as well as the father, mother, and all the individual or relatives, including the wife and children. Because he is self-content what he is having with. He cannot eat daily chicken or mutton or ingurove. I don't know whether they eat ingurove because in Islam it is not permitted. But I also know that in the true Christian also will not eat the kitimoto. Najwa kitimoto? Yes, I know that you know. Imbichi kitimoto nauza hapa. Au kukanga kitimoto nauza hapa. I saw the board when he was coming towards the south in somewhere on the way because I lived near the Kijueni or the category of the Niagezi and Kijueni. So what I want to say is, it is the people, those who wants to be a poor. Now poor is not only the quality, not the characteristic to get become a criminal. So he means who? William Adrian Bongar. And he says that, and especially he make the such a statement. He believed, Adrian Bongar believed that poverty alone could not be a cause of crime. No, poverty is not only the crime, but rather coupled with the individualism. And it goes with the, coupled with the means it goes with the individualism, I want to be, and materialism, but I do have the 2 houses, 3 houses. You can keep the 2 houses, 3 houses, but don't keep the two wives and 3 wives, because it's only Christianity will not allow it. Christianity allowed the monogamism. But even though Islam allows it, but how many people are there to have the 4 wives at present? You cannot see the 4 wives in Islam now. Only your forefathers might be having, but not now. Because 1 wife is equal to the 4. So materialism, false needs, and racism, and the false thoughts regarding the violence, etc. So what I want to say is, poverty is not only the criteria would be there, it is coupled with the individualism is there, and comparison would be there. I myself is there, I want to be a rich man, and at the no cost of it, and without working it, at the soonest or earlier. No. You cannot become a rich man in a day unless you suppress somebody else, or you make a commit a crime. So now, one's self-interest and more egoistic impulses assert in a person, the self-interest that I want to become, and more egoistic impulses are there, assert in a person, crime emerges. There the crime comes out. It emerges over there. People with a low economic background would commit a crime, but need or out of sense of injustice. Suppose with a low economic background would commit a crime, but a need or out of sense of injustice. Whether it is a need to commit a crime. For instance, if a person is hungry and he did not eat for the 2-3 days and he wants to have a loaf of bread, but he could ask the shop owner, please give me the bread and I will eat it, but I will compensate you with my labor because I did not have the money. But can he say so that because of the hungriness that I would like to steal the bread? Answer is no. So, law is not that much flexible. Okay, the punishment may be the less, but still it is a crime. People with a low income background would commit a crime but need or out of a sense of injustice. Those who exercise the power, control and impose punishment, equating the definition of a crime with a harm or threat of harm to property and business interest of a powerful. Here they want to make it out. If a state would not be there, then a man who is having the more power will suppress, exploit, and try to nip down the people, those who are uneducated, and try to get the profit out of them by suppressing by paying them a low income. It is not injustice. Yes, it is injustice. True it is. Because equal labor should be given to them. Minimum wages act should be given to them. And if you suppress them and use them both in terms of the casual labor, if a woman is very beautiful, if you want to use in a different way also to her, is it not amount to exploitation? It is true. So those who exercise power, control and impose punishment, equating the definition of a crime with a harm or a threat to harm property and business interests of the powerful. A state would come into the picture at the time and they say that a state will control it. Otherwise, only the powerful man will control and exploit the other man who is having the low bottom line and who could not have such a power. With the harm and threat on the property or business interests of the powerful. So Bongar, and he said, also believed that crime in street was a result of the various conditions in which workers lived in a competition with one another. So crime in the street is different because each one wants to compete with the other people. Suppose if the other man is having the TV and he will also want to have the TV. If other man is having the two-wheeler and he also having the two-wheeler, because as a comparison would come, even not with the man, but a woman will definitely compare it. They do have all the things that you did not have all the things. And this man will try to commit a crime by taking the bribe also because to fulfill the condition and the whims and fancies of the wife, and she is a illiterate. And if it is illiterate or educated also, a woman tendency would be there that would like to have a lot of things in the house, including the clothes. Unguo. People are fond of unguo very much. And you could see the very unguo shops, many more in the Marangu, on the way from the Kijweni to the Marangu. Many Ingo shops are there. People are very fond of Ingo. I don't know whether it is a Matumba or it is a original one. Arbikira, I don't know. But people are wanting. Yes, it's a tendency. So Bongar also believed that the crime in streets was the result of the various conditions in which workers lived in a competition. They want to compare each other with the neighbors, and he believed that the poverty alone could not be a cause of crime, but rather coupled with the individualism, materialism, false needs. And he mentioned many other things. Individualism is there, materialism is there, false needs is there, racism is there, and false thoughts are there, regarding the violence is there, and domination would be there and among the people. So many other factors will go to the air, not only the poverty. So according to Bongar, the following were to be the major reasons for the commission of a offense. Number one, financial necessities. Yes, every man having a financial necessity. It doesn't mean that he should commit a crime or he can make a sabotage of a bank, a robbery of a bank, or a passerby. So number one is the financial necessities, we said. Number two is the poverty. Number three is the lack of education. Number four is the egoistic factor, means myself only, I alone only can do it. And number five, inequality among the rich and the poor in the same community. In the same community, some are very rich and highly rich, and some are very poor and highly poor. I don't know who says Tanzania is a poor country. No, Tanzania is a rich country with the poor people. That is the definition. Because some of the people will exploit the other people, those who are uneducated and doesn't have the knowledge of it. And they want to dominate the powerful with the unpowerful man, with their own powerful means, either by the profession or by the status or by the political means or by any other means. They would like to make it out. So how many factors I have said is the number one, financial necessity is there. A man become a criminal. And the two, poverty is there. Number three, lack of education, uneducated. That's why reason I told you, in my slogan also you will see it, in all arms, education arm is at zenith. I don't want to make you daily give you the fish after fishing you to eat. No, I will teach you how to fish so that you could have your own livelihood and you can take care of the other people also, including your family. So, lack of education and the egoistic factor, I can do it. No, we can do it because it's a teamwork. And the fifth, an inequality among the rich and poor in the same community. For instance, you take in a same family, same father, same mother, and some of the sons and daughters, they will become a professional, and some of them, they did not become a professional, still they are in Shamba Kulima. Najwa, what is meant by Shamba Kulima? In their fields, doing the agriculture of the father or forefather, and some of them are enjoying a good way of life and seeing the country and going to the world and making the education of their children also in a better manner, in a better schools. So, the another point is lack of social security. The sixth point is social security is not there. But nowadays, NSSF and some security measures are made, gratuity and payment after the retirement, pension. I don't know whether pension is there or not in Tanzania, but to my knowledge, it is there. Those who are government employees, they will get the pension because some of the jobs are pensionable jobs. So I don't know exactly, but in India, now in our state, they removed the pensionable jobs now. For instance, you take my wife, she's a pensioner because at the time pension was there. Till her Till her death, she will entitle for the pension. After her death, I'm giving this just an example. The survivor's spouse will get it. So they should not beg to their children. No. A man will eat only a little amount, but the rest of the thing is only the greedy. So an instance can be traced out of this theory that a servant of B was working in B's house. One of the examples is given. An instance can be traced out from this theory. A servant of B, a B is a landlord, was working in a B's house, a landlord house, B's house, for around 2 years. Okay. B refused to increase the salary. He refused to increase. But in general, every year the salary should be increased. So I am not blaming South. Please don't think in that way that I am criticizing either South or the government or anybody. The general rule is there. Every year the salary increment should be there. It is the law. The increment is added over there. And every year it is added. But it will be freezed at the time when you reach to the second promotion. If you get the second promotion, again the increment will be added. So here B refused to increase the salary or provided any financial or non-financial help to him. To whom? A servant. Who is servant? A. Where he is working? B. Who is B? Landlord. Munyaji. Am I right? So due to lack of money and emerging financial needs, A kidnapped B's son because the landlord is not giving the money. So he kidnapped the B's son and demanded a sum of 5 lakhs rupees. I said the lakhs rupees because it's the Indian article. Say 5 million rupees. This instance can be treated as a crime committed purely by the financial needs, which was stated by the Bongar in his economic theory of criminality. So, if a sufficient money would not be given and a financial help not be given by the person who is an employer, and whatever the type of the employment will be there, doesn't matter. A man should have the humanity. In case if he is suffering with the fever, and you can say that, okay, better not to come, take the rest. Plus, eat the good fruit and take the Sindano injection tablets. So he can give some 10,000 or 20,000 Tanzania shilling for the Sindano as well as the fruits. That is the humanity. In addition to the salary I am speaking. So, if you treat a man as a man, and I believe that nobody will become a criminal. I don't know whether you've seen on the paper or not, because some of a employee of the South, perhaps in the journalism department, her own housemaid killed her. Did you hear such a news? Participants, it is not the too much old news. It appeared in the paper. Then what we came to know is she knows everything. How is the money? Where is the money? How it would be there? Because she is working for a longer time. But generally, such a woman, a girl would not kill, because nobody will kill a hen which is giving every day one gold egg. Am I right? He will enjoy the gold egg every day rather than killing the hen. Only foolish people could do so. The other people will enjoy the life by taking the everyday one egg from the hen. I am giving the example. Hen will not give the golden egg, but hen will give you the mayai. Najwa mayai egg. Mayai Kenyaji or Kisasa. Kenyaji means country. Kisasa means broiler. Okay. Now let us come to the point. In India, crimes committed purely financial needs to be increasing at a faster rate than any other country. Not only India, any country you can see it. A man is a greedy and he wants more money. And he wants to become a rich in short time. And in addition to that one, financial needs, pressures, either the family pressure or any other pressure would be there to make the man to be the criminal and stealing the things and taking the bribe. So increasing at a rate than any other country, of course, is obvious to any country, but the only country record will not show. So unequal distribution of wealth among the rich and the poor, and in the main reasons behind this phenomena. Another reason is the increased rate of population mainly in the urban areas as well as the people living in the slum areas. I am sure that the slum areas, the population is more than the urban areas. Am I right? Participant, give me the answer. Answer is, in slum area, population is more. In the elite area, population is less because they are busy in many activities and hence less procreation would be there. Of course, such a situation results in the increased rate of the crime as there emerges unwanted competition among the people living in those areas. We should not make the competition because your neighbor is a professional, an engineer, a doctor, or a foreigner retired man and having the children in the America or the other countries and sending the money and having a good nyumba and a house and a car and other facilities, 1 or 2, 3 house girls and house boys and security. But he is having and he is lavishly enjoying it. And if you want to become like that, okay, you do such a work and become like that. And I always say to my students that Bill Clinton's, if I not be mistaken, Bill Clinton's statement, if you born in the poor family, it is not your mistake. But if you die as a poor man, it is your mistake. I repeat, if you born in a poor family, it is not your mistake. But you die as a poor man, it is your mistake. So don't die as a poor man, die as a rich man. But giving the alms to the people, giving the blessings of taking the blessings of the people. So in the conclusion, during the time when the Bongar introduced the economic theory criminality, the theory was criticized by the famous criminologists as well as the economists of the time, at the time. Many people criticized it. Even the Columbus, who discovered the earth is round. So many people discouraged him. Am I right? So the reason was that till then, crime and criminality were considered as something which involved the personal interest as well as the physical and mental traits of the person who commits a crime. But things turned around when the people started committing the crime for the financial gains and overcome the financial needs. And they are greedy. They want to become rich in the short time without the work, without sufficient labor. They gained the importance of the Bongar's theory. At the time, they believed the Bongar's theory as he was the one who stated that money plays a key role in the commission of a certain crime. So money plays a key role in the crime, but it doesn't mean money can buy anything. No, money can buy only few things. A money cannot buy the love. A money cannot buy the kindness. A money cannot buy the humanity. It is individual who having such a brought up will be kind enough and they do it, but a money cannot buy it. A woman's love also. Still 5 minutes are there. Okay, by that time I will finish it. But things turned around then the people believed the Bongar's theory as he was one who stated the money plays a key role in the commission of a certain crime. In the present social scenario, economic offenses are gaining much importance as there are only one single notion of the people, money. Even the economic offenses like the white collar crimes, people are making the adulterated food to be sold, adulterated milk, and taking the bribe or money laundering and many other activities they are doing to get the more money in the short time. So, in the commission of a certain crime, in the present scenario, that economic offenses are gaining much importance as there is only one single notion of the people, that is the money. The need for the money and other financial necessities of the man leads to committing a certain crimes and not the person. So man will lead it not only for the necessity, but the greediness, not only for the poorness, but he wants to become a rich and he wants to be egoistic and wants to compare with the other people. So money plays many roles. But his personal as well as the social conditions makes him a criminal. How it will make it? Personal situations, environmental, social conditions, necessities, and criminal propensity and egoism, wants to become rich and want to compare with the other people. The situation can be prevented only by the enhancing the stable development model in the society as well as providing a certain financial benefit for the neglected people, mainly the backward financial individuals in the community. So the suggestion given in the Bongar is that when the financial inequalities are there, the government should have to come forward to see that a backward people, a downtrodden people, or marginalized people, or those whose income are less, they have to give a financial aid to them, like loans. Those who are financially could not have afford to go for the higher education, 100% loan should be given to them, because depending upon the financial status of the community or the family. So a government should have to take the case and see that criminality will be reduced down and the employment or self-employment could be created to them, and the youth, those who are having a relevant qualification and a necessity qualification, yes, they will be endangered in their life and they will be given the loans for the easy installment by paying the less interest, and they can start their own industry, like a cobbler would be there, he can manufacture the shoes. If a weaver is there and he can weave the clothes, and if a laundryman is there and he can laundry it and washing it, and he will make the washing as well as the pressing the things. So many people will make it their only livelihood, and they will be busy in their life and they will not become criminals, and the time will not be there for their life to do a particular thing, and hence the government should take a necessary action. And what I want to say is a good education should be given. That is my reason, my motto. If you educate the man, don't give him a fish daily. No. He will become a parasite. Give him a education, give him a skill how to fish. Then he can survive on his own stand, and he can make other also to make own stand, to live a life, and that to be free from crime. So economic necessity and poverty and other corroborative social environment and the greediness and the egoism and comparing with the people, those who are enriched himself and having a good education, and even for the women also will be greedy over there and always increase the demand for the husband to bring they do have a 47 inches TV and a flat TV, and you don't have a small TV, that is a portable TV, and what you are doing it, and both are the same employees, but that fellow is having so much richness, that fellow is taking the bribe, and this man is not taking the bribe because he is a good Samaritan. And a good Samaritan will not take the bribe. A man who is the greediness, he will have the bribe, and he can have the four-wheeler. Even a man who is a Samaritan, he doesn't have even a picky also, and he will go by the bicycle to the office and comes back, and the wife will torture it. The same position and same education and same post that we are both are dealing, but he is having such a four-wheeler and you are having the bicycle, not even a motorbike. But that fellow takes the more bribe. But I don't want the bribe, but I am happy that what I am having. Because when a person has gained such a thing, perhaps the easy money goes in the easy way also. The children become a vagabonds.
India.